Good morning, welcome to another class with me. So today is going to be a very gentle class. You will just need maybe a yoga block or a strap if you have one. So let's begin. As always, please listen to your body. So if it doesn't feel okay, you're going to make that adaptation or you're going to come out of the pose earlier. So let's start by lying down on our back. Finding that position called Shavasana, where we just let the whole body go. So letting the feet fall out to the side, palms facing upwards. Closing the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And being aware of the breath as it comes in through the nose. And expanding that breath into the whole of the body. As you exhale, just feeling the body soften and release. As your breath gets longer, just feeling now like the whole body is breathing. That breath is flowing all the way down to the toes and the fingers. Softening as you exhale. Let's take a few more breaths like this. Feeling the belly rise and fall. From here, bring the legs together now and take a long stretch. Send the arms long, push the heels away. Stretching through the whole of the body. Maybe yawning, taking that sigh. And then as you exhale, draw the arms alongside you, back down to your mat. Take a bend into the legs now, feet on the mat. As you inhale, pull away from your mat, pushing the hips up to the ceiling, squeezing the glutes at the top. And then as you exhale, lowering back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, peeling away from your yoga mat, pushing up to the ceiling. Taking that pause at the top. And then exhale, rolling back down. Take a squeeze in now of both knees, drawing them in. Taking a little roll side to side. And then roll yourself over to one side to slowly bring yourself back up. We're going to grab our block just to have it to hand. And we're going to take a cross of the legs. So if we bend our left leg in first and then our right. So you're making kind of a box shape with the legs. They're a little bit away from the body. And then your block is just in front of you. So make sure your feet are not stacked. They are both on the mat. From here, we're going to take a walk towards our block. Now maybe it's our head that comes to our block and we feel that stretch into our right glute. Or maybe we bring our elbows to our block and we rest our head in our hands. We also can hold on to our block and just hinge slightly forward. So there's a few options there. Please choose what feels best for you. Once there, maybe it feels good to close the eyes and just focus on the breath. Sending your breath into any points that feel tight, feel like you're holding on to some tension. And then very slowly take that roll back up. So we need to change the direction of our legs now. So we're going to bring that right foot in first and then the left. Grab your block again. Take that walk forward, whatever version you're coming to. Bear in mind one side might feel different, and we need to make allowances for that. Finding that lovely long breath and just sending it to where it needs to go. Taking that roll back up, just crossing the legs whatever way feels good now, maybe that's stacking them or not. We're going to take an inhale, reaching up, bringing the palms together. As we exhale, we cactus the arms and we look up, like you're sending the chest upwards. We inhale, we're going to draw the chin down, and we're going to exhale and cactus. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, cactus the arms. From here, start to draw the elbows towards each other, pushing the spine behind you. As you exhale, open. Peel the arms back. Inhale, push the spine behind you, draw the elbows in, tuck the chin in. And exhale, open. Take those arms back. Again, let's do that one more time. Coming back to center, releasing the arms. So let's bring the chin down towards the chest, maybe close the eyes, and take a roll of the head. Keep the movement really slow. Take a reverse, so you're going the opposite way. Again, keep that movement slow. Coming back to center when you're ready. We're going to take our legs wide. So if you do struggle to hinge forward, do grab something to sit on. So it can be a rolled up blanket, a rolled up mat, or a small block. Again, take your block in front of you. We're going to start to take that walk forwards, but point the toes upwards, so push into your heels. We take that walk again, maybe it's the elbows, maybe it's the hands. We're holding and reaching. Maybe we're dropping the forehead down to our block. Our block can be at different levels. Breathing into that lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings, all the back of the legs. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Take a roll back upwards. And do be particularly gentle with yourself if you are practicing in the morning. It's early morning here, our bodies are tighter, so do allow for that. Your practice will feel different in the evening. So take a bend in of your left leg, and this is where you may want your belt, if you have one. It can be any belt, it doesn't have to be a yoga one. And you're going to turn towards your right foot, taking that belt around the foot itself if you need to. And then as you turn, you inhale and you exhale and you fold. So you're just hinging slightly towards that extended leg. Again, just take your time. Maybe we're not using the belt, you're holding on to the foot. You're twisting into the spine. And you're coming into the pose with every exhalation. So really allow your body to talk to you. How does it feel? And then keeping your right hand on your strap or on your foot, just start to open with that left arm, like you're reaching up to the ceiling or the sky, twisting open the body. Looking up if the neck allows you to do so. If not, you can keep your gaze down towards that right leg. Very slowly start to come back up. Let's draw the soles of the feet together now. Fingers around the toes. What we call butterfly pose. Maybe staying tall, relaxing the shoulders. Maybe dropping the elbows down and tucking in the chin. Hinging through the hips. From here, rolling back up. Let's take our left leg long now, bring in that right leg. So remember, we may be using our belt as well. We want to turn towards that left leg. Again, make sure you're pushing through that heel so you get that extension into the foot. As you turn, that strap is around the leg, you inhale, and then you exhale to hinge slightly forward. Doesn't matter how low you go, there's no ego in our practice. So just listen, where does my body want to go? Maybe it feels better just to stay upright. You're still getting that twist, you're still getting that stretch. As you hold the pose, you'll find your body starts to release that tension that it's holding, and then maybe you feel good to go a little lower. Maybe your body's holding on to tension from yesterday, from last night, from a few days ago, even a few weeks ago. Our body's very good at storing things. We need to give it that space to release, to know it's okay now, especially if you've been in that fight and flight mode, a lot of stress going on. And the body will be feeling that and holding on to that. So keeping your left hand down now, let's start to open with that right arm, reaching up, looking up, twisting through the spine, through the core. And then slowly, slowly make your way back up. Let's send the legs together now. Legs along on our mat. We just make sure we're sitting evenly on that sitting bone. We take that inhale in, we reach tall, and we exhale and fold. So again, maybe that strap is around the legs as we hinge and lower. Keep your gaze focused forward rather than tucking in the chin. Create that space in the lower back. Again, doesn't matter if our hands are on our knees or they're here on our strap. There's no judgment in our practice. There's no forcing. For me, quite often I can get quite low in this pose, but today it's first thing in the morning. Yesterday I spent the day travelling. My back is feeling it, so I'm going to listen. And this is what we need to remember. We can be very quick to push ourselves to think we should be somewhere that we're not ready for in our practice, and that's day to day. Some days poses that feel quite easy might feel difficult on other days. Please be very gentle with yourself. Let's take a few more breaths here. And then let's start to inhale and come back up, reaching the arms tall, and exhale, release down. We're going to come round onto our hands and knees, so what we call table pose. Bringing your hands under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. From here, just start to roll through the hips, like a tumble dryer if you like, just rolling. Whatever way feels good, just creating some movement in the lower back, in the hips, like you've got a hula hoop around the waist, and then change the direction. So really good on the lower back, working through the core a little, just moving whatever way feels good. There's no right or wrong. And then bring your big toes together and take your knees as wide as your yoga mat and start to sit back into child's pose. So from here, reach your arms long, drop your forehead down to the mat or grab your block. Stretching the fingers towards the top of your mat. And then start to walk over towards your right side. So you walk your hands, you bring your left hand on top of your right, and then you drop your head back down again. So you're heading towards your right knee. Keeping the arms long, keeping the arms reaching. So you feel that stretch now down the left side, particularly that left arm and waist, shoulder. Very slowly make your way back up. Walking over to the other side, right hand on left hand, drop back down towards that left knee, that side. Going as far as feels good. You can feel that stretch down the right. And then making your way back to centre, stretching the arms forwards. Come back up, just draw the knees under the hips again, and then let's just start a big circle with the body. So you head over towards the heels and the wrists, rolling through the whole of the body. Sometimes you hear or feel some clicking going on through the joints, that's all good. Again, it's the body releasing. Make sure your breath is lovely and long here as well. I always think it feels quite nice just to close your eyes, to delve inwards. And there's no right or wrong, just make that movement however it feels good for you. And let's reverse that circle now. Keep the movement slow. We're always rushing to get to places. Let's not rush through our yoga practice. Let's be present on our mat. And then very slowly come back up. So staying in that kneeling position if it's comfortable. You can grab a block to sit on if you find it uncomfortable. And we're going to take a walk backwards. So we're going to send our hands just behind us towards our toes. Now maybe this is where we're at today. We just take a lovely squeeze of our shoulders, pushing the chest towards the ceiling. Maybe you want to go a little bit further where we push up the hips as well. Everything's optional. We're going to hold in the version we've chosen. Breathing all the way into the chest and the tummy, that space. And then as you exhale, roll back down. So we are going to come back onto our backs. Do have your yoga props still to hand. And let's lie down all of the way. And we're going to to send our left leg long on our mat and we're going to draw in our right knee. So just take that squeeze in. Place your left hand now on your left hip and just send your right knee out to the right. So you start to get that stretch in the hip. Again, as far as feels comfortable. Maybe that knee's quite far in, or maybe it's far out. Have that left hand grounding down onto the other hip. Let that right knee come in, change hands, so send your left hand now on the outer edge of that right knee and guide it to the floor or the block on your left side. So you're coming into a twist, you're rolling onto your left hip. Relax your right arm, palm facing upwards. You should feel that lovely release down the back. And then roll back to center. Send your right leg long, draw in your left knee, squeeze it in. Bring your right hand to your right hip and then just take that knee out to the left. How does this side feel? Does it feel the same? Easier? A little bit more challenging? Ready, take that right hand on the outside edge of the knee. Take that knee over to the right. Maybe you can always prop it on your block. Relax your left arm, let that left shoulder open, palm facing upwards. Very slowly make your way back to center. Take a bend with both legs and grab your yoga block if you have one. It doesn't matter if you don't. If you have a block, we're going to place it the flat side up. So you just push up and you slide it under your lower back, dropping the glutes back down. We're then going to take a long stretch, so we can do this without a block as well. We send the legs long, we send the arms long, like we did at the start of our practice. Stretching everything long. If you're using your block, just see if you can relax your lower back a little more, knowing that that block is supporting you. As you inhale and exhale, see if you can send your breath into your lower back. And then from here, just draw both knees in towards the chest, whether you're on your block or you're without. Just hug them in. Maybe just taking a little sway side to side. Just massaging into that lower back. And then bringing the feet back down to your mat. You're going to remove your block if you did have it in place, and you're going to find Shavasana, so that position that we started with, we end our practice with. Letting the whole body relax and soften, closing the eyes, letting the feet fall out to the side. And the palms face upwards. So just taking a moment to absorb your practice. How do you now feel? Does your second Shavasana feel different to your first? There's no control of the breath, it's just coming in and releasing out. Everything with ease. And as you inhale and exhale now, just visualize a word, an emotion that you'd like to bring more of into your life. So maybe it's joy or love. And as you inhale that word in. And as you exhale, I'd like you to think of a word or an emotion that you'd like to let go of. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's anger, maybe it's a limiting thought that you have about yourself. It's drifting away now as you exhale. And let's take a few more rounds here. Breathing in those positive thoughts, those positive emotions, and letting go of the negative. And when you feel ready, just take that squeeze in again of both knees. Giving yourself that hug, that roll side to side. Rolling onto one side when you're ready. Just slowly coming back to seated. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Let's finish our practice bowing to Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for taking this time to practice. I hope you enjoyed the class. Do let me know, comment below any feedback, and I look forward to seeing you again. Have a wonderful day, evening, morning. Take care, and bye for now.